The contractor knows things you do not, and that gap is where the money goes. You call about a noise in your furnace, and somehow you are looking at a quote for a brand new system. It happens every single day in this country. The good news is that almost every HVAC upsell follows a pattern, and once you can name the pattern, you can push back on it calmly and walk away with the work you actually needed. So let us look at how smart homeowners read the quote and skip the parts they were never going to use. Here is the part nobody says out loud. Most HVAC sales are tied to commission or to performance targets. The person quoting you often earns more when the ticket is bigger, when a repair becomes a replacement, when an add-on gets bundled in. That does not mean every recommendation is dishonest. Plenty of techs are straight shooters. But the incentive is real, and it leans one direction. Follow the incentive, and you will find the problem every single time. Your defense is simple. Understand what each line item actually does before you sign anything. Start with the most common trick, which is selling you a unit that is too big. Bigger sounds like more comfort. It is the opposite, an oversized furnace or air conditioner short cycles. It roars on, hits the thermostat number fast, then shuts off before it ever pulls the humidity out or evens the temperature across the house. You get clammy summers, hot and cold rooms, and a system that wears out early from all that starting and stopping. The salesman calls it powerful. Your future repair bills call it a mistake. So how do you know the size is right? There is an actual calculation for it called a manual J load calculation. It measures your home heat loss and heat gain using your square footage, your windows, your insulation, your climate. A contractor who sizes your system by rule of thumb or by just matching the old unit is guessing with your money. This is not complicated. It was just never explained to you. Ask for the manual J in writing. If they refuse or laugh it off, that tells you exactly who you are dealing with. Now the one almost everyone gets pitched: duct cleaning. It sounds like basic hygiene, so people say yes without thinking. A standard duct cleaning runs somewhere around $300 to $700 for a typical home. Here is what the salesman skips. The Environmental Protection Agency says routine duct cleaning has not been shown to prevent health problems and is not needed in most homes. Let me show you what the invoice is actually telling you. It is selling comfort and fear, not a service your ducts genuinely require this year. That does not mean duct cleaning is always a scam. There are real reasons to do it. If you have visible mold growing inside the ducts, if rodents or insects have gotten in, or if a renovation dumped drywall dust through the whole system, cleaning is the right call. The rule is simple. Clean ducts when something is actually in them, not on a schedule a salesman invented. If you do not understand it, you cannot push back on it. So let us understand it. Ask them to show you the problem before you pay to solve it. Here comes the big one. Replace the whole system instead of repairing it. This is where the real money lives. A full high-efficiency replacement commonly lands somewhere around $6,000 to $12,000 or more. Meanwhile, a lot of failures are a $200 capacitor, a contactor, or a control board. When a tech walks in for a no-heat call and walks out trying to sell you a complete system, slow everything down. Ask what specific part failed and what that single repair would cost on its own. You need a way to decide, not a feeling. Start with age. Furnaces commonly last 15 to 20 years, and central air conditioners and heat pumps commonly last 10 to 15 years. Then, use a quick gut check some techs call the 5,000 rule. Multiply the repair cost by the age of the unit in years. If that number climbs past about 5,000, replacement starts to make real sense. A $300 repair on a 6-year-old furnace is easy. The same repair on an 18-year-old unit is a different conversation. There is one case where replacement really is the smart move, and you should know it. If your air conditioner still runs on R22 refrigerant, the old stuff that got phased out, repairs can get ugly. The refrigerant is expensive and parts are getting harder to find. A failed compressor on an old unit points the same way. In those cases, a contractor recommending replacement is not upselling you, he is being honest. The skill is telling the honest version apart from the pressure version. Ask why, and a real answer will hold up. Next come the gadgets, UV lights, ionizers, fancy whole home gizmos pitched as premium air quality. Some have a narrow real use. A UV light aimed at the coil can slow mold growth on that coil in a humid climate. That is a specific job. It does not purify the air of your whole house the way the brochure suggests. Most of these add-ons are high margin and low value. Be especially suspicious when a gadget is sold to fix a comfort problem that really comes from bad sizing or leaky ducts. A few add-ons earn their keep, so do not reject all of them. A good media air filter cabinet is a reasonable upgrade if someone in the house has allergies. The point is to judge each item on its own instead of swallowing the whole comfort bundle on faith. When the quote lists 3 or 4 extras stacked together, separate them. Ask what each one does, what it costs alone, and whether you would buy it by itself. Most people would not, which is exactly why they get bundled. Then there is the maintenance contract. An annual service plan usually runs somewhere around $150 to $300 a year, and this one can genuinely be worth it. A real tune-up catches a weak part before it strands you in January. It also keeps your warranty valid because many manufacturers require documented annual maintenance to honor a claim. So, this is not automatically a rip-off. The trouble is that some plans are thin, and the visit quietly turns into another sales call for things you do not need. So read the plan before you buy it. A good one gives you a genuine inspection and cleaning each season, plus priority service when everyone else is waiting a week in a heat wave. A weak one is mostly a coupon book, dressed up as a plan. Look for the actual scope in writing. If it lists real work and real priority, it can save you money and stress. If it is vague, skip it and just book a tune-up when you need one. Pay for the service, not the paperwork. Now flip it around, because skipping every upgrade is its own mistake. Some money is well spent. A real manual J load calculation before any replacement is worth it. Proper duct sealing and insulation often does more for comfort than any bigger unit ever could. And a great system installed with a correct refrigerant charge and proper airflow will beat a premium system thrown in sloppy. The install quality matters as much as the box on the truck. Pay for the work that makes the system actually perform. One more upgrade worth a look if you plan to stay put. A high-efficiency variable speed system can lower your bills, but only if you live in the home long enough to earn back the higher price through those savings. If you might move in 3 years, the math rarely works. If this is your forever house in a cold climate, it can pay off. The honest answer depends on your fuel source, your usage, and how long you stay. Run those numbers before you say yes to the top tier. When it is all said and done, the homeowners who never get burned do the same boring thing every time. They get more than one quote, ideally 3, for any major job. They ask each contractor to itemize the bill and explain every line in plain words. They compare the same equipment model and efficiency rating across all the quotes, so they are weighing apples against apples. None of that takes expertise. It takes patience, and it quietly saves people thousands of dollars they would have handed over without a second thought. One last thing, and it matters. Know where your line is. Changing your filter and keeping the outdoor unit clear of leaves is fine homeowner work. Opening up gas lines, the heat exchanger, or the electrical panel is not. Anything touching gas or high voltage goes to a licensed professional, full stop. The goal here was never to turn you into a technician. It was to make you a homeowner who cannot be pushed around. So save this, get your quotes, ask your questions, and I will see you on the next one.